Hello and welcome to Red Coin the Nintendo podcast. We are here and it is the second episode for the month of November 2015.
It's been a big month.
It has been a big month and there's still more left to go. So I'm here with Aaron.
Hi Adam, how are you?
Good, yeah. We missed out on talking about the Direct.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about it with Cameron.
That's right. Well. Solo today. Well, with you guys. Chris couldn't make it.
Chris has got
a prior engagement. So, look, that's okay because we've got the three amigos here today and we'll be able to talk about what we thought, what Aaron and I thought, rather, about the Direct in particular and kind of talk about some of Cam's opinions as well. And
we've had a bit of news after the Direct as well, and we've all been up to different things in terms of games and stuff, so
yeah,
a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, so we'll be talking news, what you've been playing, and Aaron also has some stuff talking about Pokemon VGC. So, Look, it's a jam-packed episode, and look, let's get straight into it. Let's not bury the lead story here. So, as you all know, the Nintendo Direct was a couple of weeks back now, on a Friday, and we got the landmark announcement, the Megaton announcement, if you will, for Pokemon fans like you and I. So Pokemon Yellow, Blue, and Red are going to come to Virtual Console.
I'm trying to work out who picked this. Was it you, Cam, or was it Chris?
I picked
in the predictions.
Yeah, I picked a Pokemon announcement.
Was it the actual Digimon remix?
I said Pikachu edition.
Okay, cool.
Which I get. You can't really argue against that. It is a Pikachu edition.
Certainly.
So
well, I do agree with that. And I think at the time I was saying, like, we were hitting that point. All throughout the year I've been saying, what are they going to do with Pokemon? We've got this anniversary coming up. And it wasn't a remake, which to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed about.
Yeah, I said on the bonus episode with Chris that it's still amazing. I feel like it's a slight cop out.
Yeah,
but it's still well within the limits of what could be.
It's not a new game. It's not a remake. It's just re-releasing on a new console support. So
certainly,
that's still great.
Yeah, like we discussed as well. The big thing there, the only real change that they've officially announced, they may do some bug fixing, but the wireless trading.
Yeah, which is
so you can actually go right back to 98 and do your trades and your battles.
Yeah.
Because what I think I failed to realise at the time, and now looking back, having seen speedruns and that kind of thing, is that Pokemon, when it first came out, was one of the buggiest games out there. There were so many exploits.
That's why it makes speedruns great.
Yeah, it does. It actually makes it really interesting to watch.
Game Boy games and stuff back then were just because coding was so,
there
was cheap ways of doing it rather than, going around something. You could be like, oh, well, I'll put this in, and then as long as no one knows this is here, then this will never happen, basically.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of that stuff, which is great for speedrunning.
I mean, I had the best time when it was... when I figured out the missing no glitch. I didn't have a Master Ball at the time, so I think I remember restarting my game, going through with the starter that I originally wanted as well with Squirtle. Because the first time I ever played Pokemon, I actually picked Bulbasaur by mistake and just went with it. And then I remember getting a Master Ball and knowing the missing no trick and having felt like as a kid I'd hit the jackpot. And it was just ready to go with this exploit and was just like, man, I'm going to level up all my Pokemon to level 100 and they're going to dominate Pokemon Stadium. It was so much fun.
Do you still remember how to activate it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Without fail,
I'm actually worried that I remember when I had my yellow version lining up at the cinemas here in Perth, Australia for Mew.
Yeah,
and I got my special Mew trading card as well. It was really cool.
No, I remember the trading card at the cinemas.
Like that now.
Well, I remember the trading card at the cinemas, obviously, and I remember, lining up in a mall for upwards of a couple of hours, and my mother just leaving me to just be like, "All right, you go line up and get your pixels." Like, it's so foreign a concept now. Nowadays, these people just show up at an EP and it's all wireless and there's no lining up or anything like that. I actually saw a photo that was circulating on Twitter about one of the machines and it just reminded me straight up of that because how wide it was and it was just full of it was an old SNES. A SNES was giving you
the old ones where you put your cartridge in the actual machine.
And it's done by a Super Nintendo of all things.
I never got to do it. I never got to line up, and I ended up with the Egyptian Mew. As everyone called it.
Oh, the card was pretty easy
I never,
to get.
I never got it from like the
more
movie
the
or
Pokemon.
anything.
Yeah. It was more the Pokemon. So, I remember lining up for Mew and I remember lining up for Celebi, and it was so special to me at the time. Whereas now, you realise that you could have got Mew with an exploit.
I've still never got Celebi in any game legitimately.
I think like a lot of these stories kind of symbolise the nostalgia for us with these games, and that's why we're looking forward to them so much. Even if it's just direct port, we're all looking forward to playing again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of, with this announcement as well, there really is, they're taking it to the next level in Japan with the hype, because these download codes are getting special edition boxes at retail.
Yeah.
And it truly is something to be beholden, because these include a download code for the game, stickers, a Game Boy cartridge-shaped magnet,
I've seen that.
a map of Kanto, and all come with a box that emulates the original packaging that was in Japan. Now, guys, I don't think there's any way we're going to get this in Australia.
Well, it's Japan's getting a green version as well.
Yes.
Well, that's to be expected.
Makes a lot of sense for them. Yeah, because that's how that got released.
But, I think this would be a cool opportunity to release green versions of the rest of the world. I mean, how much was it talked about when we were kids as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certainly. Look, I don't know if we're ever going to get a green version, but I think I've kept my box. My
Really?
Pokemon box.
Wow.
I think we've got either the red or blue box, because my brother had red and I had blue, and I think I still have it somewhere lying around at home. Clearly, my brother used to make fun of me and call me a hoarder, but now, at least I still have the original box.
I've got my blue manual somewhere, but nowhere have I got the box. Yeah,
I think I've got the manual and I think I have the box. And I think I still have the cartridge somewhere as well. So
was that all the Pokemon information we got on the Direct?
There was Pokken.
Yes, so let's jump into Pokken.
Yeah.
So Pokken has now pretty much been solidified as with, a quarter release date. I think it was sort of in the first half of the year.
Yep.
And that there's going to be compatibility with Amiibo cards.
Yeah.
So this is the first Amiibo card implementation we've seen outside of Animal Crossing.
I think I'm actually slightly more excited for Pokken than I am for the remakes, to be honest.
I think I am. Well,
It'll
on
be
this
interesting
podcast, I've
to
always
see.
been more excited for Pokken,
Because it's new.
Yeah, because it is new, you know? And it is going to be, I think, a really fun sort of romp with, like a fun crossover game.
I just hope they put in a good local player, multiplayer.
I think they will.
And
I think they will.
Because every game nowadays is just made for online only and has such
Could you
limited
imagine
offer.
it taking the place of Smash Bros in your TV cam?
No, definitely not.
No?
Like, it's not going to be that good.
No, I
It'll
don't
be-
think it's going
I
to
think
take the
it'll be a
place
good
of Smash
game.
Bros. But I think, I love a bit of variety with my fighters. I'm a massive fighting game fan, and for me, it's an idea that, sometimes I want to play Smash Bros. Or sometimes I'll be in the mood for Mortal Kombat, or even sometimes I want to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So I think Pokken will very much slot into that headspace for me, and it'll be
The problem is, I got Tekken Tag Team Tournament 2 when that came out on Wii U.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst games I've ever played. It was so complicated. It was very hard to play. Even just navigating the menus was difficult because it was one of those games where it's ported over, so A is actually B, and etc.
Yeah. Right.
And that was horrible. I was like, oh, cool, finally a cool Tekken game, and just couldn't get it. You couldn't even button mash. Like, it was just set up really badly and very confusing. If you had been playing Tekken the whole time, you'd probably be okay. But I didn't like it at all.
But I think the fact that this is Pokemon as opposed to Tekken for myself, just even like a few minutes ago speaking so like nostalgically about Pokemon and knowing the ins and outs of the types of Pokemon and having favourites and not so favourites is going to endear me more to play a fighting game that's so heavily mechanics based as opposed to a game like in terms of Tekken, I don't really know the characters. I wasn't brought up on the characters.
Has it actually been announced we're getting any Tekken characters, or strictly Pokemon characters?
It is strictly Pokemon.
At least at this point.
So-
I don't think they would change that.
No.
Yeah.
I reckon if anything,
I don't
we'd
think
get,
anyone wants Heihachi in the game, like
I
really.
wouldn't mind seeing Kuma.
I think if anything,
I don't
it'd
know
be
who that
King.
is.
It's a bear.
Oh, okay. Or
Roger.
the kangaroo.
Roger Jr.
Is the kangaroo named Jack?
No, Roger.
Roger.
Okay,
Well,
Roger's the
and
kangaroo.
You can read about this in my article on redcoin.net.au, the
Yes.
top 8 Australian characters. Roger was the original one from Tekken 1 and I think maybe 2, which was like a kangaroo that had been experimented
Was there a
on.
robot version of
No,
the
but then
kangaroo?
in the later
No.
versions, Roger Jr. is the baby in the pouch of Mum. It's just called Mum or Mama or something like that. So you're actually playing as Roger Jr., but the Mum is there as well, and they kind of do all the stuff.
Yeah, for me, my only association with Tekken characters is ones that have guested in Soul Calibur, another Namco franchise. So, you know, I'm familiar with Yoshimitsu, I'm familiar with Heihachi.
King was cool.
Yeah, I like Law because he's got like a cool,
I think they all got
cool
their
thing
place,
to it.
yeah.
But I'm not an expert and I don't know the ins and outs of the story.
I've pretty much only played it in arcade, like in Time Zone and those type of arcades.
I remember actually getting the Tekken demos when I first got my PS1. The only two
Tekken 1?
Yeah, no, Tekken 3.
Tekken 3?
There's a demo on it. And,
Right.
The two characters were Eddie Guardo, the breakdancing guy, and I can't pronounce the other girl's name, but it was like some Oriental girl. I don't know where she was from.
Yeah, I think I know. Short skirt type thing. Yeah.
I mean, pretty cut and paste.
To me, it seems very like it seems very non-specific to me. Like I just have no idea who you would be talking about. But I think Pokken's going to be a real marquee title for the Wii.
With Pokken and Pokemon Go, I can see why they opted to go for a Gen 1 port instead of a remake or...
we can see their resources are in other places.
Yeah, like there's a lot coming out already. If we got Z as well, it'd just be, I think, too much of a big year.
I think we can say goodbye to Z.
But I mean, who is developing because what they've done in the past with these console Pokemon games is they've palmed them off to another developer. So obviously we had Genius Sonority develop the Pokemon Coliseum games, which were pretty well done in my view. Not perfect, but
Pokemon Coliseum
not
on
completely
Wii
bad.
is the worst game ever made.
You mean Pokemon Poker Park on Wii?
No, Pokemon Coliseum.
There was no Pokemon Coliseum on Wii though. You mean on GameCube, the first one?
No. I'm thinking of... Wait.
You're thinking of Poker Park.
No, I'm definitely not. Is it Battle... No, not Battle...
Battle Revolution.
That's the one. That's the worst.
Sorry, that is the worst
bad,
Pokemon game.
what it was called.
Yes, you tried to block it out of your mind. That's fair enough. I think we all tried to block it out. I still have that game. I don't know why. So I think I'm not ready to close the book on Z just yet, Cam. I still think... You know, there's still a lot of 2016. Still all of 2016 to go through. We could still get a revelation around May, June, and a release in October. A worldwide release in October.
I'm guessing...
Which puts it in for the holidays.
I think another skip year, and then a new gen. That's my prediction. New gen for 17.
Well, I just don't know how the Zygarde thing, just for me, is reason enough that they would do a Z version of some sort, you know? Just the revelation of those Zygarde forms that we've talked about.
I'm hoping for a new experiment with, not paid DLC, but similar to Season Passes where it's a post-game event.
Yeah.
There's an update, and then next time you go to a Pokemon Center, there's a exclamation mark above
is that
the person's
in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire?
I would say so, because there's not been much happening with that.
Well, there's still a Pokemon that hasn't officially been revealed yet, right? Volcanion hasn't officially been revealed.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it doesn't have a movie coming out, or is that Hooper?
Hooper's had his movie come out. The new movie has the forms of Zygarde and no sighting of Volcanion at this point in time.
Yeah.
So we're at this convexing point with Pokemon. I mean, we don't really follow the anime anymore, either of us, but I'm interested to see what some, more hardcore Pokemon fans with the anime have theories on about where the anime is heading, because where the anime is heading is kind of normally the direction of where the games end up heading as well. So the last bit of Pokemon news before we move on is Pokemon Picross is hitting the 3DS eShop this December.
Just real quick, just going right back to Pokken, the other thing we forgot to re-mention was the Shadow Mewtwo card. Because you mentioned
so the card was for Shadow Mewtwo.
But so that will be released. That's a special edition you can get.
And it should just be bundled in with the game.
We're all super excited for Shadow Mewtwo.
I think
you can still unlock him regularly in game, but that just lets you have early access to him.
I really like, I will just say before we wrap up on the Pokemon thing, the fact that, in the trailer for Pokemon Go, Mewtwo was the thing that everyone was running for and fighting for together. Yeah. Now we've got Pokken, and Shadow Mewtwo is kind of a big final boss as well. I really like that Mewtwo's coming around as the big bad guy.
He's making a comeback.
It's very reminiscent of Pokemon Stadium. I never got up to this point, but when you unlock in the first Pokemon Stadium game the opportunity to go up against Mewtwo, and it's a big deal. You have 6 Pokemon to fight up against Mewtwo because it's hard. He is a great bad guy, but I mean, he's, you know, I don't consider him a villain per se. It's just an adversary in a way, kind of like a rival, if you will. But yeah, so to delve into Pokemon Picross, because I think Cam, you've expressed sentiment in the past that you like a bit of Picross, or am I wrong?
I play it if it's available. Yeah. I probably won't, if this was freeware, I would play it.
Well, it is. So it's another free to start, game. It's your standard 2D Picross, no 3D Picross. Yeah. With more than 300 stages. It will allow you to capture the puzzle Pokemon and add it to your support team. Again, so very similar to Shuffle.
Which I've been smashing, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I've caught 80... I'm up to Mega Mawile. I've caught all 83. Wow. And I'm only missing 3 levels of
S. Did you say you were having trouble with Gengar or something?
I got Ghastly finally. I finally got him. I had to use the help because I was trying to do it without assist. The helping things, but I had to use one.
So overall, how much money have you spent on
$0?
$0 still.
It's all in-game stuff only.
So that's coming in early December. No hard date on that one. That's something I'll pick up and download and, you know...
Yeah, I think I'll download it.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll be another... You have 5 hearts a day to play it?
For sure. Yeah. They've mentioned something called Pick Rights, which is the in-game currency. Okay. It's we've seen it in the past.
I think that's going to be the future of Pokemon mobile gaming. These mini sort of pay-to-play things or pay-to-continue playing things for now.
Certainly. Yeah. And we don't know we still don't know, besides Miitomo, what these new Nintendo games are going to be on mobile. We don't even know what Miitomo is at this point.
Shuffle Lite, which is the mobile version.
Yeah. But I think that's the Pokemon company. That's a little bit different from what Nintendo proper is actually doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, moving on.
About Pokemon.
Enough about Pokemon. You've got your Pokemon fill for now until Aaron talks about his VGC experiences. So we had Star Fox a date confirmed, or at least a month confirmed, rather. So we got April 2016. Finally. Every one of us was off though. Yeah. I think the closest we got was mid-March, in terms of predictions. I said mid-February. I think. Aaron, I think you said with it.
I said before E3 sometimes.
Didn't I say March 17?
I think you were the one that said March, and I think
I
think Chris was with me in that it was going to be February. So April's later than anticipated, but again, I'm not, pining for it in any way at the moment. It's just a thing of like the game will come out when it's ready, and hopefully it's good.
I don't even know if I'm going to get it. I have barely touched my Wii U.
But you just don't know. You just don't know if you'll get it.
I'll wait for reviews.
Yeah.
If it review's good, sure.
It's not a release title for me. No. I don't think Fox will ever be.
No, I mean, that's fair enough. We'll now move on to the big sort of Zelda announcements. So
I heard Chris's comments about this. He was pretty happy.
Yeah. So, obviously, that The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD is coming to the Wii U in March. March 5th, 2016. It's by, the port is by an Australian developer as well. They previously brought, Square Enix Deus Ex Human Revolution to the Wii U and also Mass Effect 3 Special Edition. Yeah. So they have experience porting Wii U games before. This, to me, seems quite, a unlikely move that they would actually go to a third-party developer to port over their games. Because, I don't know, in the past, for me, Nintendo's been very restrictive with their IP.
Yeah, but we've seen them slowly doing more and more with that kind of stuff. And these guys seem trustworthy and have a pretty good, background with it. So, I don't think it's going to hurt at all.
No, I don't think it's going to hurt either. I think the game will come out. I'm hoping it's a little bit lighter. I just remember that game being really dark when I played a little bit of it.
Yeah, me and Chris watched some comparison videos. It's much sharper. It's substantially brighter and just smoother in general.
That's awesome. So look, that game comes out, and then we also had Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass confirmed. I remember really enjoying Phantom Hourglass. I think it's actually the most I played of a Zelda game. But again, these are old games. I don't know if I'll pick them up necessarily to play them.
We didn't hear anything about the new Zelda game, did we?
They said it is.
They did say
Wii U.
They maintained it was coming out in Wii U in 2016. They said it a couple of times. Yeah.
So is this stuff kind of like sorry the game's taking so long?
I think 100% it is, and I think they've realised. Okay, so we weren't going to get this Zelda game coming out at the start of 2016. Let's maybe try. I think this was probably a year in development at the very least. Like, they had those art assets ready to go. They were thinking about doing a HD remake, as they've done with a lot of Zelda games, because this will be the third HD remake in some form.
Yeah.
To come to current gen consoles for Nintendo.
Console, it was,
the first on console, but yeah.
Ocarina and then Majora's Mask.
And then also on top of that, you've got the DS games available on 3DS. So really, it's been quite like every mainline Zelda title is available on current gen consoles in some form. And not just in a as is capacity, in an updated capacity as well. So I think it's never been a better time to be Chris Massara at the moment.
Yeah, he's loving it.
So
he already owns all of that anyway. So
exactly, but he's already played all of it.
That's the problem with ports. Like you said with Pokemon before, at the end of the day, I could just go pick up an old Game Boy. I could still play these games, but it's still going to be something good to check out.
Yeah, definitely. The other big piece of news I want to talk about is for Super Mario Maker fans at the moment, we're finally getting a little bit of push from Nintendo to make courses easier to find. So, this was also talked about on the bonus set, but we just want to talk about what we thought. So it's a new web portal coming this December to find recommended courses, to find them by certain tags. Yeah. So really what we've actually prayed for in terms of getting rid of those auto levels from the search, hopefully is going to come true.
Yeah.
So, are you excited to see this in the game, Aaron?
No, anything that makes it easier.
Yeah.
I have to make a bit of a announcement. I have not played Mario Maker. I haven't seen a single part of the new update. I haven't played it in so long. I haven't even seen checkpoints yet.
Don't get me wrong, I've been playing a lot of other games, so I haven't played much, but I have dabbled in...
Well, Cam, that's totally fine, because the other week, Chris and I were hanging out at my house and we decided we would issue a little bit of a challenge. So I think now we'll just reveal to the listeners that this is some content coming up on the website. So
Adam and Chris have been very busy.
Yes. So what we did was we were thinking, what should we do? And I came up with a suggestion, and I said to Chris, well, what if we both try and come up with a Mario Maker level and kind of impose a bit of a time limit on you guys to try and finish this Mario Maker level. So I'm going to have a chat to Chris about what kind
really
of
hard.
time
Just
limit.
from the off comments I've heard from you and Chris, it sounds very difficult.
Well,
I'm excited. Like, without tooting my own horn too much, I'm a pretty decent Mario player.
Yeah,
so I'm very excited.
I definitely think you'll be the favourite here, Cam, because I'm not.
I see. This is the thing. I thought. I think Cam's probably going to beat it in the limit. I'm not sure if Aaron is.
I don't.
But to tell you guys, I won't tell you bits about the level. All I will tell you is that it took me a few nights, and I had to retool some of the things that Chris had suggested because it was just too hard for myself because we did it on my console.
Yeah.
And I was trying to... Chris thought it would be a good idea to have multiple checkpoints. So what you don't know, but what they've done with the new update is if you include checkpoints in the level and you upload it, you must complete it from those checkpoints as well. Sure. So I had to complete the whole level. Complete it.
So to stop people basically like momentum jumps over that point.
Yeah.
So you can't jump from a standstill, obviously, if the
Okay, cool. Not to make it impossible, because again, obviously, if you were to go through a flag, fall back, and then have to not complete the level, again, it would create more problems. So again, it makes sense why they did it. We decided to include 2 checkpoints of the level to make it easier for you guys, but then it just made it harder for myself because I had not had to complete it only once, not twice, but 3 times, and it took me quite a bit. It was just one of those things. I've always seen this happen where people play other friends' levels and they're frustrated, but when they finally get it done, it's that feeling of relief and just throwing the controller in joy.
Interesting, yeah.
I'm excited. We'll edit it down. We won't. I don't think we'll do the full half hour, but I got my new computer, so I can edit that up nice with my new stuff.
New gear to play with.
Yeah. Definitely.
What else we got? We'll quickly wrap up on the direct.
Yeah, let's wrap up on
then other big thing for us, I hope for you guys as well, was the announcement of Cloud.
Yes.
So, Aaron, now you're a huge
Megaton announcement.
You're
Final
a huge
Fantasy
Final Fantasy fan.
Is my game. Like it's what got me into video games.
I mean, my experience with Cloud. So I'll talk about my experience with Cloud is from the Kingdom Hearts franchise exclusively and solely. Okay. And so for me, I like Cloud in those games. He has an important role in those games.
Do you understand like how Cloud is Cloud though? Like how much do you understand of his?
I just think he's an angsty teenager, an angsty Japanese teenager.
Well, you say your experience of Cloud, and then I'll tell you my experience of Cloud.
Okay, well, I actually know from Final Fantasy VII. I mean, I've played Crisis Core and what was the other one?
Dirge of Cerberus.
I have played Dirge of Cerberus.
Was that a Final Fantasy VII one?
Yeah, but that was the main antagonist was Vincent, who was another character in the game.
Right.
I played Crisis Core, and I can't remember what the other PSP title was, but it's there have been 2 other Final Fantasy VII titles, and I love Cloud and his whole backstory and everything about him. But for me, and I played through him in Kingdom Hearts as well, actually.
Yes.
Big fan, and for me, this whole announcement is kind of like I feel like a kid who's just received a unicorn for their birthday. Like I don't.
What kids do you know that are getting unicorns?
Well, that's
for their
exactly
birthday?
it. Like I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy. I don't want to question it, but I don't quite understand how or why this happened.
Well, I mean, we got.
Well, you speculated
the Final Fantasy. For 3DS
yeah,
as
Final
well.
Fantasy bundle was announced, so it's called Final Fantasy Explorers, and there's a collector's edition, but not for Australia.
No, they never actually quite said whether Cloud was a winner of a ballot or anything like that, did they?
I'm
they
strongly
didn't.
suggesting that he isn't. I think this is just an additional thing that they already had.
I believe that he isn't, but I believe also that he certainly would have polled on that ballot. He wouldn't have polled in the top 5 or anything like that, because I think a lot of people were so shocked. Again, it's that thing of like, I think we were so...
It was such a long shot.
Yeah, it seems like such a long shot. And it seemed like, I don't know, from a lot of the Nintendo ballots that I saw, it was strictly Nintendo focused. And it was like, let's focus on some of the more neglected Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
Because ultimately the Nintendo characters in the game are where the game really shines, just in my view. And, you know, I think, I don't know, could be a campaign to sort of bring back some of these Nintendo characters that have been forgotten. Now that Roy was out of the game and then came back in, I think we might even see people... I mean, there's no way Ice Climbers can come back, but I think Wolf is something that's entered into the discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I called it quite a while ago that I would like a complete roster, excluding maybe some licensed characters. But I think, as we were talking about Cloud, I'll tell you my experience with Cloud.
Sure. Yeah.
I've heard of him.
That's it?
You're still excited it?
I've never touched Final Fantasy. I've probably played overall 23 versions of it, 17 minutes. And that was probably 15 minutes of cutscenes.
Yeah. Was it just you never had pressure as a kid? Like, it
just wasn't around.
From my perspective...
No, we've had, me and Chris have had this argument plenty of times before. We personally think that as a kid you either played Zelda or Final Fantasy, and that determined whether you were more Nintendo or PlayStation.
I played neither.
Yeah, I'm the same. I played neither.
I was playing Pokemon.
But I think it was. I think it was. If you want to be like JRPG, because I don't think Zelda is a JRPG. If you want to talk about the JRPG divide, I think it's more Pokemon v Final Fantasy.
Oh, no way!
I don't know. Like for me, it was always. I don't know. Maybe I was a kid who did. So I never had a PlayStation 1, so I never had that identification with it. My first really delving into real old-fashioned JRPGs, those square JRPGs, was Kingdom Hearts, and that was born out of my love of Disney. And so for me, I was never really motivated to play Final Fantasy because it just seemed really confusing and just too Japanese for me, if you will.
Fair enough.
I say, having played Pokemon and Digimon and all those Japanese shows. Sure, yeah. But, I don't know. It's an odd one.
Yeah, Cloud I'm looking forward to. I mean, I don't quite understand the back workings of it, exactly why he's there. I know there is some reason between his developers and stuff like that.
Just go with it.
I'm just going to accept it and be quiet.
But I don't understand why there's a backlash. So, I mean, I don't know if you've seen this online. Like, well, you know, anything on the internet, people don't like change. So there was a bit of backlash to Ryu, and there seems to be a bit of backlash to Cloud.
You're always going to get that.
You are always going to get that. But I just think it just seems like I don't think Cloud being in the game is taking it away from any Nintendo characters being in the game.
One thing I will say is I'm pretty sure his combat style is modeled after Ike's.
I would assume so, because he's all about his big sword.
A big blade, sword as well. They've both got big swords. Has he got a
Buster Blade?
Yeah, Buster Sword,
yeah.
So I think...
Well, that could be similar to Shulk even.
Yeah. Well, obviously he's not going to use the different modes. I don't think he has modes in it.
No.
I mean, from my limited knowledge.
Yeah.
No.
I did see in the direct, talk, like there was they showed summons and obviously his limit break.
So like Faraga...
Ifrit, Ramahu and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So summons were there, his limit break was there, which is, final smash, of course. Don't know how they're going to introduce summons to it. I think I saw materia floating around in the form of item balls or something like that.
Were there chocobos?
No, I didn't see any.
No mention of chocobos?
Either way, looks good. If he's modeled after Ike, I'm not going to learn how to play Ike.
I don't think he'll be modelled after Ike. I think they'll keep it separate.
Thing.
I think he'll be his own character.
So.
Because you know how they feel about clones. I mean, they got rid of clones.
Well, they've added in so many new...
They tried to get rid of them.
Imagine a character who played like Villager. Like, that's completely a whole new game style. And so I think why not just put in another brand new character?
Yeah, sure.
Least.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'd love that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on. It wouldn't be a Nintendo Direct if we didn't get any Amiibo news. Yeah. So I'll just rattle this off quickly.
There's a lot of Amiibos announced. Amiibo stuff, at least.
There was a lot of Amiibo stuff announced. We've also got the Big Yoshi coming out this week, which, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, if anyone wants to get Adam a Christmas present, Big Yoshi Amiibo sounds good. But anyway, more Amiibo heading our way. Early 2016, we've got Lucas from Super Smash Bros. So again, we're continuing on with Super Smash Bros. I think this isn't the first DLC character to be Amiibo'd.
Would have been the first one.
Yes, Mewtwo was the first one. And then, so this is the second one. And then we've got 4 more Animal Crossing Amiibos, which, I mean, I don't know any of these characters. All I care about, Mr. Rossetti is now an Amiibo.
Mr. Rossetti, only from the trophies, though.
Yeah, me too. All I remember is Mr. Rossetti just doesn't care. He will tell you if you are breaking the rules, if you are not saving your games. Mr. Rossetti is in there.
He'll be there.
He's ready to go.
On the subject of Amiibos,
yes.
One of the things that was announced for the Animal Crossing game was exclusive Amiibos. And me and Chris discussed this a bit, how it's interesting that they're putting a specific limited release. So this is, once you buy this or once we sell out, there's no more. So that's really interesting from a collector's
So
point
you're
of
talking
view.
about from the collector's perspective of, so from my understanding...
This will be valuable in the future.
Yeah, but from my understanding, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival comes with 2 to start off with.
Then
it's got it will come
Isabelle
with 1.
and another character again.
Isabelle and Digby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
And then later on in the process, it will...
Digby leaves.
And it's just Isabelle's.
And then after a while... they won't do that either.
So you can't even buy Digby.
Once Digby is gone from the 2-pack, done. No more. So you
there
have
you
to
go.
pre-order it to get that.
Nintendo like to make things scarce. So, I mean, look, ultimately, also another Amiibo that's coming exclusively to the US, which looks very dope, is the Mega Man Gold Amiibo.
I think that's pretty cool. And
it looks
Mega
very
Man
cool.
deserves a gold trophy.
I've never, I like Mega Man's cool and all, but I don't play the games, and he's not particularly one of my favorites in Smash, so I have no real connection to him. But it looks cool.
It does look cool. I think it's going to be one of those sorely after collector's items, like the Gold Mario Amiibo, like the Silver Mario Amiibo.
That's what I mean. I think he's up there with Mega Man can be said in the same breath as kind of Mario and Sonic.
Yeah.
As, pioneers.
Well, she mentioned that it comes in a bundle with all the games.
Yeah,
like that's
with
the point.
Every single Legacy collection, and it's at a good price considering those games are pretty old now. So
we'll see if it comes to Australia.
I'd be shocked if it did. If it did, to be honest. But I mean, in terms of Amiibo coming up, do we think there's really anything else besides the Animal Crossing ones? It seems like we'll probably get more Smash Bros. Ones, obviously, so that every Smash Bros. Character is in.
I'm actually trying to think of what.
Has the Shovel Knight one released yet?
Yeah,
it has. I can't remember.
See, because I haven't seen it in stores. Obviously, it's online only, but I think I should get the Smash Bros. Amiibo. So at the moment there's 8 Amiibos. Oh, and there's a Falco Amiibo out.
Oh, yeah.
So we forgot about Falco coming.
I'm actually struggling to think who's left in the Smash roster that doesn't have an Amiibo.
There's still a fair few.
There's still a fair few. There's.
Can't name a single one.
No, let's get. While we're talking, I'll get an Amiibo list out so we can actually determine
obviously we
what
need,
Amiibos are left.
We still need the new deal, most recent.
Well, we need a Ryu Amiibo. Yeah. We need a.
Jeez.
We'll get back to you on this,
Yeah.
guys. We'll give you an updated list on the website soon.
Yeah.
Well,
we can do it.
There's
a fair few released, but we'll just bring them up.
Bear with us. We need to know. I can't
I'm
go
curious.
on without this.
All right, so there's a lot of Amiibos.
I know there's a lot of Amiibos. what's actually from the roster that's missing.
So, yeah.
We'll get there.
We've got...
Maybe they have.
Maybe they're very close. Maybe
They're
all that's left are the DLC
like
characters.
Oh.
I think maybe all that's left are the DLC characters. It's been such a huge year, and I mean, just even on Legend of Zelda, they've announced the Wolf Link amiibo. So that's going to come in with Legend of Zelda on Wii U.
It's been a big year, but it's also been a quiet year on the same note. It's been very up and down.
Well, no, this is a year that came out with Splatoon and Mario Maker. Let's not mince bones about it here.
Yeah, but at the same time, how long do we wait before this last Direct? For when it was E3 that we last got news.
But I think what's going to happen as we kind of go into 2016, it's going to be winding down on the Wii U development. It's going to be putting the wheels in for NX. And NX, I don't think it's actually... I'm kind of retooling my prediction. It's not going to launch in March next year. I think it's going to launch holiday 2017 because they need enough time.
It'll be similar to the Wii U.
Yeah, so it has to launch in a holiday period.
All right, so is that all we have for the Direct as well as other news as well?
Yeah, that's correct.
We're pretty much up to
There's
date
not much news going around other than the usual stuff.
Yeah, look, in terms of other news coming out, nothing really hitting home. I'm
very much okay with that because I'm flat out with a whole bunch of other games anyway.
Well, that's fair enough. I just wanted to touch briefly on the release, obviously, of our probably worst game, our why is this coming out game, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. So,
I thought you were going to say Mario Tennis.
No, I was not saying Mario Tennis.
You love Mario Tennis.
Mate, I take umbrage. I don't love Mario Tennis. I just don't hate it as much as
everyone else on
the podcast does. But I've not ever spent money on a Mario Tennis game. And actually, at the moment, they're doing something good where if you buy Mario Tennis Ultra Smash on the eShop, you get Mario Tennis on 64 for free.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So again, it's a good Nintendo sort of
incentive
for people to buy the game.
Sure.
Which is good to hear. I just wanted to talk a bit about Amiibo Festival because it seems to me, from gameplay footage I have seen, to be a worse version of Mario Party, if that is even possible. That's what it was always
going to be.
And we didn't necessarily know that and how it would work at the time. For instance, Amiibo Festival has a 41 on Metacritic. So that is abysmal.
Yeah. That's pretty shame.
Yeah. From my understanding, it's similar to the Mario Party Amiibo functionality.
Just adds in minor stuff.
Yeah, where it adds in minor stuff. And it actually gives you an advantage if you play with an Amiibo as opposed to if you don't.
Okay.
And also, you need to use the Amiibo to roll. So, if we were playing Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival... it's very reductive. If we were playing Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival now, you would have the gamepad, you do your turn, I do my turn.
I said that when I played Mario Party, that could have been a lot made a lot better by making it played easier. Having to scan an amiibo every action is stupid. That's why I never played that mode. I never played the amiibo mode except once.
Yeah. I did enjoy the other modes, obviously, because again, everyone had their own controllers, so it felt like the games were going a lot faster. And the changes they'd made overall with Mario Party were changes that had made the game go faster as well. So,
So you won't be getting it, clearly.
No, I will not. I will not be getting Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Will be.
No, we won't.
You did mention to me earlier, though, you're pretty much locked in to get Yokai Watch when it comes out.
Yes. So Yokai Watch is a week and a bit away.
Yeah.
Still unsold. It looks okay. I watched a lot of the footage from the facts for the video I made, which you can see now on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And it looks really interesting, and it looks like totally the type of game that I would have played when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have time in my life for a new thing? I don't know yet. I'll wait and see. I'll have to wait and see how you feel after actually playing it for an extended period of time.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, again, I've talked a little bit about this in the past, but I have noticed over time a change in my gaming habits to prefer console gaming because I am home way more than out and about. And so for me, it's like I'm really excited for if NX is something where you can bring that handheld to a console space. and allow me to play those games on a big screen with better graphics, that would be something I'd be really interested in. But yeah, Yokai Watch is something I'm really looking forward to. It's it's on the list of things. I want that probably more than any other game, except probably Star Wars Battlefront, which
what else are you
Cam's
playing
played.
now other than Mario Maker then?
In terms of the Nintendo games I'm playing at the moment, it's been strictly Mario Maker. So, after last week and having that session with Chris, it really motivated me to play 100 Mario Challenge, play some of the expert levels. I must say, some of the expert levels really annoyed me.
So you're fired up again.
So I was fired up. A lot of the expert levels, I do really love. I've got to give Nintendo credit for this. The ability to skip a level in expert is instrumental because, when you're just reaching that frustration threshold, you can skip it and you're ready to just jump back into the action. Because a lot of these expert levels, when it gets to that point, are just so unfair with some of the jumps and just really unjustified. In terms of their expert, activity, if you will. So, I'm really back in on Mario Maker. I really want to pick up Splatoon. Okay, I'm going to make a resolution to get back on Splatoon.
I haven't played since 3 updates ago.
Yeah, I really haven't either.
I really want to get back into it.
Oh, we heard of Octolinks though, didn't we?
Yes, Octolinks. Sorry, that was another direct announcement. And I must say, on that, at the direct...
They didn't announce the Octolinks.
No, they announced these Octolinks influenced levels and the levels with the underground and that kind of thing. Yeah. Both of those levels are dope. I really want to play them.
They are really cool. There's one where you're playing in this level completely surrounded by water, and then in the final 30 seconds the water drains and there's all this extra area that you have to rush and try and fight over. So I think that's a really cool mechanic. Just changing stuff up. And the museum one as well, the other one looked really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So both stages look cool.
So I really forgot about those.
I might log on and play them. I don't. If they're good enough, then I'll stay on and I'll keep playing again.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I've stopped playing because it was a good game.
I still haven't done the single player modes as well fully. So I think I'm motivated to get the single player done, try those new levels out, customize my Inkling a little bit more and enjoy Splatoon. But that was another big part of the Direct. And it's that thing of I love how Nintendo are really good at this. It's available now.
Yeah.
It's that Apple thing of the one more thing, but they always do it. Yeah. So and also to really close the Direct talk with the cloud information, we've got a Smash Direct coming in December.
That'll be the ballot. It has to be.
100%. There'll be mention of the ballot, but I think we're also getting new levels, hopefully. My hope is we get new levels.
I don't know where I heard it, but I remember someone saying, I don't know if it was from an actual Nintendo source or if it was just speculation that there's not going to be many more levels.
Yeah. Well, isn't there a Super Mario Maker level still to come?
We know Cloud's coming with the Midgar level.
Okay, yeah.
So that's
I think there's a few more that have been announced, but I think we're not going to... I don't think to expect too many more because the game's it's already getting pretty big. So
then my question to you, Cam, is how many come out of the ballot? How many can they announce?
How many fighters? I think no more than 3, and I think that's unlikely.
I think 3 is pretty fair.
Yeah. I would obviously, the top one, the top 3. Do they come out with their own assist trophies, and do they come out with their own level? I think has every character been released with their own level? I think Lucas didn't have a level.
Lucas doesn't need a level.
Ryu didn't get one, did he?
Ryu did. It was Suzuki Castle.
Mewtwo didn't get one.
Mewtwo didn't need one. There's
so there's this
as we've seen from our favourite tracks in the game. I
haven't seen that yet.
Oh, okay.
Still to come.
So I won't bury the lead there, but we've still got our favourite stages in Super Smash Bros. To come on the website as well.
You'll see,
top 8.
We might have already announced it. I can't remember now, but we'll be doing some more videos. Top 8 red coin, basically.
Yeah.
8 red
so
coins.
we did that. We've done the top 8 Mario Kart tracks and the top 8 Super Smash Brothers Wii U tracks.
Yep.
Or stages, rather. I should say.
A few more things in mind to do with them, but we'll leave that as a surprise.
Cam, you're pretty flat out with all editing and making a bunch of videos for
Yeah,
Have you got any time to play actual games?
Look, as much as it pains me to say, I've swapped over to PlayStation pretty much at this point. I still love Nintendo and I still play the games when other people are over, but at this point, I've played everything enough that I don't have fun continuing to play them because I've either passed the game or I'm up to a point where it's just grinding out to find stuff now. But
did you finish Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker? I still need to bring that up.
I finished the first book and I went back and found all the extra things. So because you know me, I played to complete.
You love a completion.
So I've gone back and
I'm less like that.
Honestly, like, we won't go into detail because it's the Nintendo podcast, not the PlayStation podcast, but I joined Destiny with you guys.
Yes.
Power leveled through that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I just got to get some gear so we can start raiding. And Battlefront came out. And
awesome.
obviously, being a person, I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
See, I'm the opposite. I actually, just before or after you started playing Destiny, I kind of got to the point where I was getting a little bored because there wasn't too much else to do.
I think Aaron and I, unfortunately, it was just a timing thing where we had hit close to 308,
so
310.
I've kind of gone back to Nintendo, so I've been dabbling a little bit in Mario Maker, but I've been really playing a lot of Pokemon again, competitively. So
let's talk about that. Let's talk about your VGC experience.
Yeah, so
segue.
Pokemon have been doing some really cool stuff lately. Nintendo in Australia. Nintendo Worldwide really has. So instead of,
I think they've done this in the US for a while. It's just taken time to build steam in Australia and have a format.
We have a smaller like Thailand population.
And, exactly.
Like, it's international now. It's great. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, instead of having once a year, Nintendo normally hosts a regional tournament. Regionals in most major most cities.
Every capital city around the country.
We'll get a regional, and then. And then from there, the winners of normally each state will go into a national. So for us here in Australia, that's in Melbourne.
Yes.
And the winners of
that then are invited to Worlds,
which was last year in Washington DC. This year, I think it's locked. It's just recently locked in for San Fran.
Oh wow!
I think.
Is it always in America?
Yeah. It is always in America, just by virtue of the fact that
that's where
it's exciting and you can get conventions and that kind of
set
thing.
Up for Nintendo for the last little while.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, the new format they've just started releasing more on an international scale is kind of like a seasonal thing. So, for example, here in Perth, we're going to get 3 seasons, each with 6 tournaments. So the first series I've just been playing in is the Sceptile series.
Okay.
We're up to tournament number 5 and
got to get that branding with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, right?
The next one's going to be the Blaziken series, and then the one after that's going to be the Swampert series.
The most important series and the best. Yeah.
So each of them will get 6 different tournaments in there. It's a good opportunity for I think out of all this, so that's what 18 series,
18 tournaments all
tournaments
up.
A lot.
Yep.
From there, your top 6 rankings get used, and if you have enough points from those rankings, you can get an invite to Worlds through that.
An invite to Worlds?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe nationals.
But not necessarily...
Maybe nationals.
Maybe nationals? Yeah. Okay. But so it's not necessarily a ticket, per se, to... So obviously people still have to foot the bill in that regard.
Yeah, but it's an invite.
But it is an invite, as opposed to if you were to win a Nintendo-sanctioned event and get flights paid for to you.
So it's been really good, because it's been giving me the opportunity to try a lot more different teams. People who would just normally get knocked out in the regionals and nationals, giving them a chance to try and
develop their teams as well.
Exactly.
Because it seems like, in the past it's feel like one shot, one opportunity.
To
quote the
Whereas
great
now,
Eminem,
you can really work towards it. If you earn enough points, you do. You don't even have to win every tournament. All you have to do is kind of, do well. Normally finish in the top 4 or top 8 of depending on how big your tournament is.
Yeah.
And you get some points. As long as you do well, you can earn some points and kind of get there.
Yeah.
Which I think is really good.
So if people want to find more information about this, is the Pokemon official website the best place to go?
Yeah, and it'll actually help you find tournaments in your local area. It's got a really good search engine on there.
Yeah.
And it'll give you more information on how the point system works and things like that.
Yeah. And it's all done through IDs. It's all pretty high tech for Nintendo, I must say. It's all done through IDs.
They've actually done really well in organising it, yeah. And the best part, I think, I've been going over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I've really enjoyed seeing, not only have we had, roughly 8 to maybe 15 Masters rock up to each of these events.
Yeah.
But like the first week I went, we actually had, I think, nearly 8 juniors and a couple of seniors as well.
Because they're always underrepresented categories.
Yeah, like kids coming along with their parents and stuff like that.
I'd be way excited to be a kid at this age, because ultimately you get more of a shot.
Yeah.
The community vibe though is really good too, because a lot of time you even get juniors coming up to some of the Masters and be like, hey, would you be up for a battle?
Yeah.
And they actually have really good competitive teams as well.
They do.
It's really good seeing.
Well, it's just like an older brother would train his younger brother. Like, like if my brother was 14 at the time and I was 16, like I'd be training him, giving him Pokemon, giving him advice to be good at it.
Yeah.
So
I really like the community vibe there. What it's doing for the gaming community as a whole. I think.
When's the next one coming up?
So the next one's going to be on Sunday. Right now, so we've had. So they've been twice a week at this stage, Wednesday and Sunday. At Retro Games in Morley here in Perth. I'm not too sure about your other cities. You'll have to go on Pokemon.com and check that out.
Yes, they should. Yes.
But so we've had 2 Wednesdays and 2 Sundays so far. So we'll have one coming Wednesday and coming Sunday as well.
Great.
And that'll be Sceptile Series 5 and 6, obviously.
Right.
Before we move on to a new season, and the days will obviously change.
Okay. Well, I might come on Wednesday, I think. I'm going to show up and just have a team ready to go and see how we go.
Definitely come down, guys. It's quite a good event. Good
Get
chance
some red coin representation out
there.
Yeah.
Hey, if you come
down...
Mate,
I'm not going to set the world on fire with my Pokemon, I'll tell you right now.
No, come like... I go like...
Mainly because I don't use
Pokemon. I haven't won anything yet, but I've just been enjoying going there and playing with creative teams and seeing how they actually fare against, the normal top, best of the best.
I don't think I can do any worse than when we had Worlds this year at the regionals at the arena this year, and
you got one.
That was not a good day.
That was pretty good.
Did I get one win? Because I felt like I did. It was a forfeit at the time. It was a buy. No, I got a buy. I did not get a win. It was a buy.
No, it wasn't a buy though.
I got a buy.
No, because the guy left. So you won by forfeit. It wasn't just a hey. Okay.
No, I was given a buy. I remember I was given a buy.
So you had a buy and a forfeit.
And we'll check the receipts. Anyway,
you got both.
I've said this on podcast, so I'll go back and listen to it and let him when we can check.
But yeah, anyway, this is a good chance for you to brush up your skills out over a number of different VGC comps and perfect your style.
Yeah, and eventually win my way to Washington.
Yeah.
Or wherever it is.
Anyone who beats a red coin Pokemon trainer gets a free sticker.
I will give you stickers anyway. Just come along, guys.
Definitely. All right, well, seeing as we've talked about that, we've talked about what we've been playing, we've talked about news.
I kind of just wanted to go over...
Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, what's kind of upcoming, so in terms of conventions, games coming out soon, what else we're looking forward to.
It's all mostly next year. I mean, we're wrapping it up.
I think we are wrapping it up. Here in Perth, it's like we have Wycon and Supernova.
And Supernova. Is Supernova that early? I thought Supernova...
No, Supernova's Comic-Con, sorry. It was Comic-Con's March.
Not really attractive either way.
Wycon in Feb and OzComic-Con in March.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
We
do have a Perth Games Festival coming up.
Yeah, it's this weekend. No, this Saturday actually.
Yep.
At the Perth Town Hall.
Yep, the Red Coin guys will be wandering around. If you hear this before then, come up and see us. Say hi. You'll get some stickers and maybe some T-shirts or something.
Certainly, we'll see how we go. We are, also considering going to Rooster Teeth Australia in Sydney in January. That's something we need to talk about. But there's
another media pass situation.
Another media pass situation as well. But thank you, and I think this has been. Oh no, this hasn't been the first time I've been on since PAX, because I just wanted to thank everyone at PAX for giving us the opportunity to see some of their stuff, all the indie developers and that kind of thing as well. So I would love to sometimes sit and chat about some of the indie games that we got to play for other consoles as well. So maybe that's something we can talk about later on.
As always, like, subscribe, share, comment, tell your friends.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll be talking to you again shortly.
Yeah, and in the meantime, keep playing Mario Maker. All right. Don't play Animal Crossing. All right, see you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget, www.redcoin.net.au. Bye.